know what the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit. Now, I'm not some grungy wannabe filmmaker that's searching for existentialism through a haze of bong smoke or something. No, it's easy to pick apart bad acting, short-sighted directing, and the purely moronic stringing together of words that many of the studios term as prose. No, I'm talking about the lack of realism. Realism. Not a pervasive element in today's modern American cinematic vision.
June of 2001, that movie Swordfish was released, and probably, in my opinion, one of the most accurate openings to what's wrong with Hollywood. And it is true. 25 years later, it is exactly what's wrong with Hollywood. They make crap. And if you want proof of it, Paramount is bought by Skydance. Skydance bought Warner Brothers. Netflix desperately tries to get its hands on Warner Brothers. Amazon buys MGM. The basic point in all this is that Hollywood is making crap and they're bleeding money, obligated to all these contracts, activist groups, DEI agendas, and it basically destroying Hollywood. So, is he right? The answer is hell yes, he is. So apparently critics, our only job function, our only function in the world is to prop up movie studios. It doesn't matter whether the film, television show is great or if it's even terrible. All that matters is that we give it the thumbs up, the ass kissing that it needs. And why? Because if we don't prop it up, then we could lose it. That's right. All those shows, all those fantastic movies that we hate because of political correctness and just all sorts of activism being injected into them, we have to have more of it. So even if we don't like it, just bite a pencil, sit down, shut up, grin and bear it. That is the message that we are getting. And apparently, Andy Weir is experiencing that as well. Look at this. Hail Mary Project Hail Mary, has a 95% critic score and a 96% audience approval. That is a fantastic thing that we hardly ever see anymore. Not to mention the fact, from what I understand, Project Hail Mary is a breath of fresh air for science fiction. There's no dark, dystopian society. It's all positives what's happening in this story, which is something that a lot of people just can't stand.
I mean, for us, it's just as reviewers, it's great to see something that's like a non-franchise, non-remake, non-Marvel movie to be doing well at this time of year, to be a big box office success. And, you know, particularly for a sci-fi movie as well. I feel like we've had a bit of a lack of them in recent years. And man, I grew up on things like Star Trek and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Not getting so much of it these days, but that's a separate story, obviously.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. I saw one. I forgot what it was. He said, "I wish I could remember who it was because I can't remember." But he said something. He was an analyst, and he said like all modern science fiction TV shows and movies have been heavily influenced by Star Trek, by the original Star Trek, except for the current batch of Star Trek shows.
Yes. As it turns out, that may be self-correcting at this point, though.
So Andy Weir was on Critical Drinkers podcast, and they talked about many things, Star Trek, sci-fi, and of course his book that was made into a very successful movie. And along the way, yes, as I just said, they talked about Star Trek, and he made his opinion known about what Kurtzman has done to Star Trek, and at the same time mentioned the fact that he went to Paramount and offered up an idea for what Star Trek could be, what he would do for Star Trek, and Kurtzman rejected him. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with Andy going on Critical Drinker. Apparently there are people out there having a cow over this. Why? Why? Because you don't like the way Critical Drinker presents his movies reviews or his television reviews, or just will not kiss modern showrunners' asses the way others do? Critical Drinker has an opinion of his own, and obviously it's an opinion that is shared by many people. The guy has over 2 million subscribers, and that says a hell of a lot. He may be one of the most popular movie reviewers on YouTube. And that, again, is an amazing thing. Andy Weir went on his podcast, and obviously they know each other. And there are people out there attacking him because he went on Critical Drinker, which has got to be the stupidest thing. I mean, check this out. Star Trek criticism prompts author to defend Alex Kurtzman. You owe him an apology. The famed crime novelist didn't take kindly to the Project Hail Mary author criticism. So Andy Weir, as I said before, was on Critical Drinkers podcast. And in that podcast, he went on to say that those shows are shit, referring to some of the new Star Trek entries, which isn't far from the truth. And in response to Weir, famed crime novelist Don Winslow, The Cartel, The Power of the Dog, issued his own point of view on the matter publicly. Winslow tagged Weir and wrote in the post on X, "Congrats on the success of Project Hail Mary plus The Martian. I'm really a fan, but when you have your moment, don't use it to crap on other writers' works. For the record, Alex Kurtzman is a visionary writer plus creator plus producer. You owe him an apology." This confuses the hell out of me, Don, or Mr. Winslow. You're mad at him because he's criticizing Alex Kurtzman and the crap writing and the crap stories that he's given us over the years, and you don't seem to have any concerns about the fact that Star Trek is burning down. But it's okay for you to criticize someone else when they're criticizing someone else. That absolutely makes no sense. It makes me ask a question. What is wrong with you? Why is it wrong for somebody to hate work that someone else has done? Let me put it a different way. What is wrong with criticizing somebody who has destroyed another man's legacy? Alex Kurtzman has done exactly that. He has destroyed Roddenberry's legacy, and I don't see anything wrong with saying anything about it. It's almost like you and all these other people in Hollywood have forgotten who you are and what you should be doing. If you don't like something, criticize it. I mean, honestly, what is wrong with you?
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you? Is this how you turn down a Hollywood Pinocchio that cries like a woman? What can I do? What can I do? What is that nonsense?
I forgot to mention that this article comes from Red Shirts Always Die, and it continues on. There are a large number of closed-minded and hateful fans who simply don't see the value in Trek shows, like Starfleet Academy, which took bold swings and tried to propel the franchise forward with Roddenberry's vision of infinite diversity in infinite combinations. So let me see if I got this right. We're not open to the brave vision that Kurtzman has. This is bold, it's fresh, it's original. And when people come on to criticize why it is not that, why it is hurting Star Trek, and the proof is in the fact that the new owners of Paramount have decided to ditch this and want to start something new, but we're all wrong, and you small majority out there are right. Never mind the fact we have a Klingon in a dress who no one can really understand because the guy sounds like he's choking on marbles, and the just constant introduction to DEI crap into this. And if you don't believe me, name an episode where Jay Dean is in it and he's not doing anything other than wearing a skirt and promoting homosexuality. I mean, honestly, where is the warrior in this character? Oh, that's right. He's not. He is a pacifist. This is bold, it's fresh, and it's something that no one really wants to ever see in a Klingon. So Andy Weir went on Critical Drinker. So what? Critical Drinker is one of the most popular ones on YouTube, and I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is the fact that Andy Weir was, in my own personal opinion, bullied into apologizing. There is no reason that this man should have apologized, and yet some way, somehow, he suddenly felt guilty about it. Anyway, that's his choice to make right there, but I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this. So please, drop them below and let me know. Until the next time, my friends,